final inductee tonight is Edward Trebets, 1993 graduate of Case Western Reserve University and member of the football and baseball teams. Chemistry has been at the center of Ed's life for a long time now. He taught chemistry at one point, and he later applied that knowledge of chemistry to a slightly different pursuit, winemaking. He owns his own winery and teaches enology at Kent State. Ed studied chemistry at Case Western Reserve. He came to the university from Mentor, where he was a successful pitcher and planned on playing D1 baseball. But a shoulder injury derailed those thoughts, and after his high school coach suggested he continue his football career at CWRU instead, followed by a successful recruiting job by former CWRU player Greg Turk, Ed became a Spartan. And that brings us to another chemistry lesson Ed learned, this time on the field. He was an inside linebacker and became the first UAA Player of the Year in program history. He was an honorable mention All-American. He's fifth in school history in tackles. But when Ed talks about his time at Case Western Reserve, he doesn't talk about his accomplishments on the field or a great win or a play he made. He talks about the friendships he made with the members of his team and the members of his fraternity and how close they were. Those friendships have held true to this day. We inducted another member of Ed's team last year, Ken Holloway, and Ed was here to celebrate with him. And this year, Ken is here for Ed's induction, along with two tables filled with their teammates. For a man who has dedicated his professional life towards chemistry, it's easy to see why the chemistry between he and his teammates has become his enduring memory of his collegiate career. Ed's plaque reads, Edward Ed Trebets, an inside linebacker, was the first University Athletic Association Player of the Year in CWRU football history, earning the honor during his junior season in 1991, while also claiming an honorable mention to the Football Gazette All-American team following the campaign. He was a three-time All-UAA honoree, securing first-team honors his junior and senior seasons and second-team recognition as a sophomore, while leading the team in tackles each of those 3 years. His 364 career tackles are the fifth most by a player in program history, as of the date of his induction, and he earned the department's Bill Grice, John Anderson, Arthur P. Leary, and Philip K. Nipheim awards during his time as a Spartan. Trebets was also a member of the baseball team during his freshman and sophomore years, pitching in 14 games during his career. Ladies and gentlemen, Spartan Club Hall of Fame inductee, Edward Trebets.
Before I get into my speech, today actually this weekend, I feel like I was prepping for the Ohio Wesleyan game, our homecoming game. Just all the excitement and anticipation, and you're going through all the plays, and now I'm here. And then you guys make me last. That even made it worse, because now I want to play. But I am truly honored to be standing here today. First, I'd like to thank the Spartan Club for selecting me to enter the Hall of Fame with this year's class. It's truly an honor, because if you walk through the Hall of Fame, Case Western Reserve goes back a long time, 100 plus years, and there were a lot of great male and female athletes that came through here, that played on the fields, the courts, the pools, the tracks, and to be inducted is just, again, a true honor. Excuse me. More important, I keep losing this thing. I'd like to thank my wife, Gina, and my son. You've probably seen him running around here. Jackson. Thank you for making me better. And, for sharing life's journey, because really this is a journey. I would also like to thank Mom and Dad, who are here tonight. They gave my sisters and I the opportunity, and they got us involved in sports. One, not only to keep us out of trouble, but to, but to show us, that athletics teaches you discipline, teaches you drive, which really relates to life. That's what life's about. And they sacrificed more than I could ever imagine. Money, time, running us back and forth here and there. I look at my older sister now, and she's got 3 boys and 7 days a week. But you do it. You're a parent. That's what it takes. So thank you. Appreciate it. And I also want to thank my sisters for supporting me throughout the years. I was the only boy. So, when that happens, you have to play the Barbie dolls. You have to do their things. But also, on the flip side, they have to do my things. And my sisters were in more backyard football games than I can count. And I tell you what, they were better athletes than some of the boys in the neighborhood. So, thank you. Many thanks to the coaches here at Case Western Reserve. Thank you, Coach Stuckey, Coach Bobby D, Coach Federico, Coach Caniglio, Coach Seaman, Coach T. Kelly, Coach Counselor, Coach Barnett, Coach Harris, Coach Nackley, Coach Rebar, Coach Richards, Hugh Marshall, Otto, and all the wonderful trainers, the ladies that took care of us boys. Before, we look at how concussions are such a part of the game now and how we really research them, but, luckily we had those girls that looked after us, took our helmets away when we thought, we were invincible. But they were a blessing. They really were. I would also like to thank my high school coaches. Coach Grevins, Coach Dragas, Coach Willis, Coach Armelli, Coach Hamley, Coach Creedon, Coach Jarek, and especially Coach John Gibbons from Lake Catholic High School. Coach taught us boys toughness, work ethic, never giving up, but more importantly, how to be good men and decent men. And, I know my buddies from Lake Catholic who I still associate with, they are good men. It's because we were taught, and we were taught on the football field. Before I came to Lake Catholic, I grew up, I was a left-handed pitcher. I loved baseball. I wanted to be a professional baseball player. Well, what goes hand in hand? You're a quarterback, right? You don't want to hurt your arm. So you become a quarterback, but I got tired of being hit. I had a target. When you're a quarterback, and God bless the quarterbacks, because they have a target on them, because us linebackers like to hit them. So when I got to Lake Catholic, I said, I'm done. There were 7 guys in front of me. I said, I got to find a position. So I went out for linebacker, and I loved it. And I want to thank Coach Gibbons, because he really, throughout those 4 years with his assistants and his freshman coach, showed me what it took to be a linebacker. And as John said, I wasn't planning on playing football in college. I wanted to play baseball. But the opportunity came up, and Case Western is where I wanted to be. So I want to thank Case Western Reserve University for helping me build the foundation in chemistry that allows me to be a winemaker and a teacher. So I went from teaching high school to winemaking, and now I teach college, and I still make wine. It's a wonderful life, I'm telling you. But most important, besides the academics, Case gave me the opportunity to join a fraternity, a great fraternity, which is no longer here. But I met a lot of good men, and these men have gone on to do some awesome things in their lives, not only with their careers, but their families. They have great kids, and they're just good people. And that's what Case gave to me. It gave me that opportunity to meet all of these wonderful guys. And I'm lucky. They're here tonight. The guys I play ball with. You know, it's funny, you come back here and you see this beautiful stadium, these dorm rooms. We had a small field house with open showers. I mean, this was what we did, but that's who we were and how we played. And those are the things that I keep in my heart. So, last but not least, I want to thank my teammates, my friends, and many of them who are here tonight. Football is one of the most ultimate team sports, especially when you play the defense that we did. We played a 50 read where each guy on the team, you had to do your job, because if you didn't, the other guy wouldn't succeed. And when this happened, when everyone did their job, it made you a better player. And the reason I'm here today is because of what they did in front of me and beside me and behind me. So I want to thank them. And if you give me, did I go over time yet? Good. I want to thank these guys. First one, Greg Turk. Greg was a high school teammate of mine. And he found out I was looking at John Carroll. You know, and you never get a Slovenian mad. And he said, no, Ed, you got to come visit Case. So Greg got me to go to Case, and thank you. And the other thing, real quick, Greg, there was a couple fraternities, when you're a freshman, the fraternities all come after you. And one of them wanted me really bad because a couple high school buddies were in that fraternity. And Greg kind of threatened me. He goes, you better not. He goes, you're a Pike. So, here's the list. Mike Sonnet, Lou Garcia, John Hikas, Frank Lonkar, Chris Peel, Steve Marincic, Glenn Ogg, Deach, Rich Strudewski, Dave Gerst, Doug Walk, Nick Takis, Kenny Holloway, Biss. And I have to say something about Biss. Mike Bisser was the hardest hitter that ever walked the campus here. Is he here? No, Mike's not here. Ken Fraley, Bart Buckler, Alex Nagel, Matt Haven, Scott Bellock, Nick Crutch, Scott Dover, Chad Blunt, Steve Skidmore, Ken Maisie, Rusty Delfs, Brett Ramsey, Jeff Bennett, Kevin Bracey, Larry Coyne, Chuck Thal, Joel Gable, Jarvis Gibson, Mike Knezovic, Duke Malbasa. And again, I apologize, the list goes on. But again, thank you. And I'm very honored. Appreciate it.
I'm here to present with his plaque is his wife, Gina Trebets. His son Jackson as well.